guys, it's your girl Renee from Renee's Garden Adventure. And child, let me tell you, I went into Aldis to pick up a few items, and then I forgot. Today is Wednesday. That's when all their good stuff come out. All their new little items that is either for the house, the children, outdoor, bathroom, home accessories, kitchen stuff, all kinds of stuff. So as I was roaming down that way, I was like, oh my goodness, they have this raised garden bed with a cover. And Allie, I was looking at your little garden beds that had the little closure on top. And I was like, boy, I really, really want one of those. But I happened, like I said, I was roaming around and I saw this and I was like, this box is going to be heavy. But child, when I picked this box up, look at how this box is super, super light. So I'm thinking it has to be like my metal garden beds outside that I put on the deck. Remember, I took up the old ones, a couple of the old ones, the boxes, and I replaced them with the metal ones that I purchased from Aldis, and they were like 19.99, just say $20. But this one was 34, so you might say $35, I guess, because it comes with this cover, and the dimensions are 30.5 by 15.2 by 33.1 inches. So, and they said it's perfect for growing herbs, vegetables, and flowers. So, what I thought would be cool is to see if I could either grow my carrots in here, and then that way I could keep tails behind out of my carrots, or I can put some of my brassicas, like my broccoli and my cabbage or my collards, in this raised bed and see how that does. And then if it's, I hope this isn't plastic. I'm hoping that this is metal, like my ones that I have out there. But we shall see. So I'm going to open this box and we're going to put this together, and then we're going to see what this raised garden bed with cover is all about. And this is the name brand of the company that makes it. So I'm excited because if this works for me, then I'll go and get another one so I can have two, and I can put these on my deck. Take out the other things that I have growing in those boxes, relocate them, and then we'll get this going, boy. I'm so excited. This was a good day at Aldi's. Oh, and I didn't make a video in Aldi's because there is on Wednesday, it's like a packed theater. There's people from wall to wall to wall to everywhere down that aisle. So they had things for if you're going camping. They had area rugs, indoor, outdoor. They had uh, a kayak that came with a paddle, and it came with an air pump. And what else did they? They had laundry bags. They had all kinds of stuff, clothes for the kids, toys, like I said before, all kinds of stuff. So I'll try to get back there if it's not this week, maybe the beginning of next week, and at least give you a little snippet of what they have. Because like I said, if this raised garden bed is a winner, is a hit, when I go back to get another one of these, then I'll go down the good aisle and I will show you guys um what they have to offer for Wednesdays, because all their stuff always comes out on Wednesdays. But as always, your girl, I'm a pickle lover. So I always go back and see if they have my favorite dip, and it's usually fried pickle dip. But this year they have fried pickle and ranch dip together. Oh my gosh. When I saw that, I was like, oh no, I have to try that. That's why I am trying to grow so much dill in my garden this season because your girl want to make her own pickle dip like I did last summer, but I needed dill, and dill is kind of expensive because it's a herb. So I said I need to grow my own. So I'm trying to do that now. But this is what it looks like, you guys. Fried pickle and ranch dip. OMG. I thought a pickle dip couldn't get any better, but I am addicted. And let's see, it's a limited edition. So in this, the fried pickle dip only comes out around this time of the season, and around June, end of June into July, this bad boy is gone. It says a zesty blend of sour cream, dill, and pickles. Woo! And and it's Southern style. They had me with fried pickles. But this ranch dip, you know what I found out too? Because a little bit of this dip that I had left, I had made some barbecued wings and drumsticks, and I dipped one of my wings into my last bit of this pickle dip with this ranch, child. Because when you go to Hot Wings or a restaurant, you always get, well, I always get my wings with ranch dip. But adding that little extra flavor of that pickle, OMG. Now I'm going to be dipping my wings and stuff into this concoction once I get my dill growing. Because once I get that dill growing, it's on and popping. You hear me? It's on and popping, you guys. So with that being said, let me open up this box and let's put this bad boy together, because I'm dying to see how big this thing is, and if it's metal, plastic, and if it's the same size as my ones that I have outside, which I'll show you what they look like. All right, guys, there are those ones. I'm looking through my kitchen window. You guys probably say, Renee, you are always in that window. Yep, because this is like the the hub of my kitchen is right there. Let me see if I can zoom in. See, those are the metal ones. So I'm hoping the raised bed that I purchased today will be that same made out of metal, that same size, or maybe a little bit bigger. All right, let's open this box and see what we find. Okay, guys, so let's get this box opened. All right, raised bed, make sure you're metal and not plastic. Let's see. Let's see, guys. I see the top already. Ugh. Hope this is easy assembly. Because I'm challenged when it comes to putting stuff together. All right, so the first thing we see is the top. And it's not the best quality of plastic, but it's almost like like a tote, like a lid that you put on the tote. And I guess this is how you let the air and stuff in and out of the top. So we got that. All right, let's see if this is metal or plastic. And it is plastic. That's why it was so lightweight. So they have the legs here. Have 4 set of legs. And this is the bottom. Let's see what the bottom looks like. All right, let's pull this out of here. Push this box. Ooh. Okay, this is what the bottom looks like. See? Plastic. I don't know how weather resistant this is going to be, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard to put together. So let me see. They'll have no instructions. Oh, here's instructions. Let me see what this says. This is what the legs look like. Oh, they got screws. Oh, they got some kind of a... I don't know what this is, but we gonna soon find out what these 2 components are. And that was inside one of these legs. So let's get the instructions out of here. I'm trying not to tear up the plastic in case I have to take this thing back. Because if this doesn't work, at least it's deeper. This is a deep gardening bed. And here's the instructions that they give you. So we are going to put, this paper is so small, if you don't wear glasses, child, you're going to need some glasses. So let me find mine and let me read these instructions and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so this bar right here, this one is called it's just called bar. I don't know where that goes yet. And this one right here, this little piece right here, I don't know if y'all can see that. That piece right there is called storm protector device. And then this little black part right here, these are called caps. So let me tell you what I discovered. Now, these legs right here, they have a marking on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but on the marking right here, where my finger is, that says left. And child, don't put this leg on the right, because on the bottom down here, where I'm pointing, it'll tell you that this is the left leg. So you better make sure left goes with left, because I didn't pay attention to that and I put a left on a right. And child, let me tell you, that sucker was hard to get off. So they have it on the bottom of this leg right here, telling you right or left. And they also have it on the bottom of the raised bed. Whew! You get them messed up, you in a world of hurt, because once these bad boys are in, they are in. And these instructions are not the best either. You have to be like, look at the picture and figure out how to do it. Because no. That's all I can say. No. All right, so I've got the legs on properly. So now I got to find where the next step is. Next step, I already did 5. No, I haven't done 5. And I got to make sure I'm on the English side too as well. Okay, so let me figure out where the next part is and then we'll go from there. Okay, guys, so this is what I figured out. That bar that I said is just the bar. They have a groove in here, and I think this is what gives it stability if you have the soil in there. So it also won't let this bow, when you have too much soil, you know how some containers they bow out. This kind of like keeps the structure together. Now, those caps that I was trying to figure out where they go, these things right here, they have holes right here. This hole right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let me see. This hole right here, if I'm not going to use the cover, then I'll take one of these caps and I'll just stick it in that hole. If I'm using the cover, then I won't use this. And I probably won't use this because I will always have this cover on this planter. So let me show you what the cover looks like. So this is the cover. Looks like this, right here. And so you put this on. And remember the holes that I just showed you? Well, on the cover, they have these turny things right here. So when you put the cover on, they're going to line up with those clamps I just showed you. Let me show you on the side. And when you want to lock it, you just turn it. See how I turned that one? And you do the same thing on the other side. You just turn it and it locks. So now the cover won't come off. Let me move it back so you guys can see the cover won't come off. But the thing is they have like these holes right here. I'm thinking if I have like my brassicas or something in here, I'm thinking wouldn't the moth be able to get in here? So what I'm gonna have to do is try to find something to cover this hole because I don't want any kind of moth or any kind of bug to be able to get in here. But I also have the ventilation up here at the top. You see right here where I can close it if I need to give it, like if I'm starting some seeds or something to make it into like a greenhouse, or I can open it when I have my plants in there growing. And I'm hoping that doggone butterfly or bugs won't be able to get in that way. But as gardeners, we know that if a bug wants to find its way into um this raised bed, trust and believe they're going to find it. Now let me show you what the inside looks like. Let me open up that clamp on the side. I wish they had a handle, but I guess this is why they have these holes here. Take the lid off and see how deep it is in the inside. Look, it's real deep. See, real deep. So you can get a lot of soil, and I'm gonna use some of my compost that I have out in my trash can that I was working on all last summer, and it should be a good planting surface, and the depth is really good. Plastic wise, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how well this holds up in the winter, because I ain't bringing this thing in. Once these planters go outside, trust and believe they're gonna stay outside. So as far as assembly, I would say that you have to be careful about putting the right legs on the right position on the bottom, because like I said, if you don't, trust and believe, this bed, them legs are gonna be hard to get off. But like I said, the instructions weren't the best. But if you can look at a picture, they have really good pictures of how the raised bed is supposed to look. So if you can look at the picture and just follow what the picture is doing, then you should be all right. As far as the cost of this being almost $35, I don't know about that yet, but I am going to fill this up. Can't do it today because it's raining outside. So I am going to fill this up, and then I don't know. I got to figure out what I want to plant, because I can do one side. I can do carrots over here because they got that divider here, and on this side maybe I can do some brassicas. Won't we do that? Either I can do because the height of this lid, once you put it on here, it's it's not so tall, because you know how sometimes broccoli and collard greens or whatever, they get really big and bushy. So I don't know if the height of this would be able to sustain that. So maybe I'll do like maybe a cabbage, one cabbage, because cabbage gets big, huge. So maybe I can plant one cabbage on this side and then have my carrots on the other side. Maybe I'll do that because I've always wanted to grow a cabbage all the way to the end. I think the only time I was able to grow a cabbage, and it was a small head of cabbage. It didn't get like really big like I normally wanted to get. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll buy cabbage start and put that on one side, and like I said, put the carrots on the other side. All right, guys. So if you are in Aldis and you see this raised garden bed with the cover, well, I've demonstrated how to put it together. Um, like I said, the quality of this plastic is not the best because this lid right here, it's not like thick plastic. It's just like when you get one of those totes or whatever from like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. It's that quality. But I saw it I wanted something that I could put a cover on without having to use, all my tool and stuff. And I thought this would be cute to try it and see if it worked for me. And like I said, I'm going to fill it up, plant in it, and I'm gonna see how that goes. Because once you get your soil and all that stuff in the planter and you start planting, then that'll tell you if it holds up well to the weight. And then as much rain and stuff as we get, it'll also let me know the condition of how it holds up in all these the snow. Because probably in the snow in the wintertime, I'll take the cover off and just leave the raised bed outside, because I know this plastic right here is not going to be able to sustain our winters, because here in Virginia zone 7B, child, we get some extreme winters sometime, and I know this little plastic will crack, and it'll be a one time good time use. So I'm going to try to keep this as long as I can and protect it as long as the best that I can. So I will keep you updated on my new raised garden bed with cover that I purchased from Aldis for like $35. And I'll let you know if it's a thumbs up or if it's a thumbs down. All right, guys. Well, let's go. I gotta clean up all this stuff, but I was so excited to get this and put it together and see, how big it was, because I thought it was gonna be really small, but with the legs, it's pretty, it's pretty. The height is a good height to where you won't have to be bending down, because that's my thing now. I don't want to be bending down no more because I'm at that age, but I want to be able to still garden and make it easy as possible on me. And that's what gardening is all about. If you're not having fun in the garden, child, you ain't gonna go out there and do nothing in the garden, because all you're gonna see that is labor intensive, hard work that you don't enjoy, and you're just gonna see it as a chore, and not something that gives you joy in your heart and in your spirit, and will take the fun out of growing food for your family and your friends. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. If you guys have seen this at Aldi's, if you've purchased one of these at Aldi's, let your girl know what your thoughts are on it, and let me know if it has been growing well for you in your garden with all your stuff that you put in it. And let me know if it was able to help you counter battle those insects that, as a gardener, we are always, always, always doing. Because I know I am over here, and I know Tails, the squirrel, will not be able to get into this as long as I have these latches on the side. This latch right here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the latches I showed you, as long as I got them locked, he won't be able to get in there. If I see that thing start chewing and biting, we gonna go to war, because he has no reason to be chewing on this raised bed. No. Tails, and I'm gonna give him a good talking to when I'm out in that garden. I'm gonna say, Tails, you better leave us alone, because there's other stuff in this garden you can eat, and don't be chewing on plastic, because we don't eat plastic. And then I might have to give him a little spanky spanky on his hiney hiney. And it ain't gonna be with a fly swatter either. All right, guys, don't let me get all hyped up and all aggravated about Tails, because that's a day-to-day war with me and Tails, the squirrel. If you're new to my channel and you're always hearing me talking about Tails, 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 it's because of that pesky squirrel I got over here. Woo! He is a trip. All right, guys, take care, and let me know about if you purchase one of these. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already joined my garden family, because I would love to have you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you always know when Miss Renee has another video coming your way. All right, take care.